Election Day. Welcome to the show. I'm Teresa Dufour.
And I'm Ryan Christopher. It's 9 o'clock. Before we get to all the election chit-chat.
Wait, can we just say it's nice to have you back? I missed you, buddy. You were a little under the weather.
Well, thank you, buddy. It's glad to be back. The seat's nice and warm from Gil, so thank you, G. Simmons, for holding down the fort. Really an action-packed show today for you guys. Obviously, a lot of election talk, but before we get to that, I want to give a shout-out to our fan of the day, Mary Lou, who I met and is apparently a big Gil Simmons fan. She had a picture of her and her daughter on Gil's desk. I don't know the backstory of that, so we'll have to ask him.
On Gil's desk or her desk?
On Gil's desk. So we'll have to ask him about that someday down in the future, what that is all about.
All right, we also want to thank Dr. Mitch Gordon from Nutrimost. He was on CT Style yesterday. We want to remind you of his special offer. Normally, he charges $99 for a body composition analysis, but he's going to do it for a special. If you mention CT Style, the charge is only going to be $27.
Not
so
bad.
Good deal, and we saw some incredible before and after pictures yesterday. As
always, and we love having Dr. Mitch here on CT Style. So to learn more about Nutrimost, head on over to ctthin.com or call 855-778-THIN for more information.
All right, what do you think? Let's get into our What's Brewing stories for Election Day.
Absolutely.
So if you are feeling stressed out by the election, well, join the crowd. More than half of Americans say the long and bitter campaign has made them feel anxious, nervous, and concerned.
You think? With that in mind, we've got some tips for the best ways to beat that stress. Read enough to stay informed, but don't binge on political news, although today will be a little tough to do that. Try not to talk about the election if there's a chance, if it could lead to conflict, especially if you know if somebody has an opposing viewpoint of view.
Maybe just keep your mouth shut
yes,
for a little
that's
longer.
Probably for the best.
And then voting itself can make you feel that you are taking a proactive step and help you cope with any uncertainty. It's your right, so go ahead and vote. The polls were open at 6 this morning, and all morning we were hearing pretty extensive lines. A 2-hour wait in New Haven. Oxford had heavy lines already, and Shelton. Maybe go on lunch hour.
Absolutely. Well, it's important that you stay in that line and you do exercise your right to vote. Also, I heard something really interesting yesterday. A gentleman said, don't vote against the person that you don't like. Vote for the person who best represents your beliefs and your views. So sort of keep that in mind when you head to the polls today. But if you're still undecided, you know, if you're Trump, Hillary, not unsure, of course you can always write in somebody on
Do you have any suggestions? Who should we write in? Ryan Christopher?
Well, take a look.
Vote for Ryan Christopher. He promises to do pretty much everything all the other candidates are promising to do, but he also promises that he likely won't follow through on most of his promises. A man you can trust. One who washes his hands every single time, even though he's not an employee. Unlike other candidates, he can guarantee every job will be work from home, especially his. Everyone will receive a get-out-of-jail-free card and $200 gift certificate to Amazon.com when you pass go. College will be called 13th grade. The stock market will no longer crash. It'll only have fender benders. And anybody can use any bathroom anytime they want, unless I'm in there first. Vote for Ryan Christopher, because somebody has to.
I'm Ryan Christopher, and I improved this message.
Look, you even have a logo there.
Why not, right?
Pretty impressive. I'll vote for you, Ryan. You got my vote.
Original, too. Thank you. Hey, you know, we could start work a little bit later. That would be one of the things. Mandatory nap times at work.
Also,
longer lunch breaks. Why not?
I liked the voice I heard in that story as well.
That was my old man, by the way. Thanks, Dad, for that nice little voiceover. Wouldn't it be crazy, though, if I got a hold of one of the social media accounts of the president? That would be bad.
Well, actually, a lot of people were wondering what happens to those social media accounts. They're still there. It's the same account. You don't lose the followers or anything, but they wipe them clean.
All right.
So the new candidate, or the new president, is going to have a fresh start.
Okay. So it'll still be the same page, but none of those posts. So whether it's Hillary or Trump, they'll have their own blank slate to post whatever they want. But good news for all of the Obama fans out there. If you would like to go back and reminisce, you can head on over to POTUS 44. That will be the new handle for Obama, so you can go back and
find out all of his tweets.
Yeah, all the best stuff. Maybe we could do that for Teresa, you know, like 30 years down the road after you've retired from your illustrious television career. We can go back and look at the best of tweets of Teresa. Let's see. Maybe someday. Who knows?
All right, so everyone's vote counts. We know that. And this year, one New York woman who may be one of the oldest voters in the country to participate in the year's election, her name's Miriam Minsker, and just celebrated her 108th birthday in August. Way to go. She graduated from the University of Pittsburgh back in 1930 with a degree in business administration. Now, the first president she voted for was Herbert Hoover, and now she's ready to cast her vote today.
It's somewhat exciting for the first time that a woman's running for president.
Yes.
Yeah? Did you ever think that the day would come when that would happen?
No.
No?
All right,
She's a woman of many words. Yeah. This year also marks the 100th anniversary of the National Women's Party. That's the organization that is helping women earn the right to vote, or helped. And to put things into perspective, when Mrs. Minsker was born, the Cubs had won the World Series. No, not this year.
Oh my goodness.
1908, yep, 108 years ago. The average wage was 22 cents an hour. You can't even buy a gumball for that today.
No, you need a quarter at least.
And also the population of Las Vegas was 30.
30 people.
30, just not
Well,
30,000.
I'm sure she has a lot of stories to
30.
tell.
I'm sure she does.
All right, so as Mrs. Minsker will be voting here on Earth, you can vote from almost anywhere via absentee ballot. Right, that includes outer space.
Wow. In a galaxy far, far away, NASA says that astronaut Shane Kimbrough recently filed his ballot for the presidential election on board the International Space Station. So,
how do you do
does
this?
An astronaut, right, how does this happen while orbiting Earth on election day? Well, about a year before the launch, astronauts selected which elections they would participate in, and 6 months later, they received an application for the absentee ballot, and this election has been out of this world. So
I see what you did there, Ryan.
Poor jokes
see what
there
you did there
on my part. Do apologize.
All right, so this next video is something out of a movie. Really, because there's a movie called Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, you might remember the Samuel L. Jackson flick, Snakes on a Plane.
Oh
yes.
my gosh, I saw this last night. I couldn't believe this video.
Real deal. So this is the slithering serpent. It's not just any snake, it's a venomous viper. How heartwarming. It was seen falling from the overhead luggage
Oh my gosh.
on an Air Mexico flight. Now, the flight crew said they secured the reptile.
They caught it in a blanket, is what they did. They had a couple of the passengers wrestle with it and caught it in a blanket.
Yeah. But they're still unsure how it got there, which is very, very reassuring. But my question is,
I mean, are the bags checked, the carry-on luggage?
Yeah, you
would see that, wouldn't you?
Let's hope, yeah, through the security,
X-ray
somebody
of
would
it
see
at
a little
least?
slithering thing. But my question is, like, where do you put this once you catch it? Do you put it in the lavatory? Do you put it in the little ice bucket in the
That's a great
bar
question.
cart?
I don't know what happened, but I'm sure we could find out.
Yeah, I mean, if there was
Just
ever
far away from
yeah,
passengers.
stay away. If there was ever an excuse to jump out of a plane without a parachute, I think that would be one. For
Imagine
me, at
you're
least.
sitting there and you see this thing slithering on the roof of the plane.
Goodbye.
Oh boy.
No,
All right, we have a great show today on
We
Election
do.
Day.
Yeah, take a look. Well,